If you're drowning in debt, stressed, stuck, and watching your future fade, I know exactly how that feels. I've lived it. This is no fluff, no guru hype. Just a real person who was buried in over 50K of debt, getting crushed by credit cards, medical bills, fucking taxes, and absolutely no clue how I was going to escape it. But then this one crypto scalping strategy that I came across, it changed everything for me. And I've never seen anything else like it online, and I believe you will never find it anywhere else except for what I'm telling you here. Now, it all started for me back in 2020. I was jobless, broke, and surviving on borrowed money. Debt collectors were blowing up my phone daily. Family and friends were, demanding for their money back. And I remember literally typing into the computer how to make money online fast, like emergency kind of stuff, and embarrassing, looking this up. But I needed to do something, right? And that was actually my first step towards freedom. And that rabbit hole of searching led me to crypto trading, something I knew nothing about and didn't have any understanding of, apart from some, stories over the years about this thing called Bitcoin and crypto, and it's used by criminals, and it's they make payments on the dark web and all that sort of stuff. But then I looked into it and found out it's legit and it's real, and it's now used by major financial institutions in the United States and Asia and Europe, and it's a real world asset. It's a real thing, and the whole market is a really exciting place to be. And something that was of particular interest to me was scalping. Fast, tiny trades. Get in quick, get out fast, and take some fat profits very, 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 very quickly. Very high risk, very dangerous, and after a little while in the game, losing a lot of money, I came across videos like CoffeeZilla, telling us 90% of scalpers are losing money. And he's absolutely right. He's true. 90% are. And that's you and me, guys. It's not the big investors. It's not the whales. It's not the New York boys. It's us. It's the retailers, the fools that listen to the crap online that are losing the money. We are the 90%, unless you're following what I've got to tell you, right? Now, if you're one of those 90% and you're following price action, you're doing Elliott wave theory, you're looking at support and resistance zones, and you're drawing fucking parallel lines and all this kind of crap waiting for a candle to hit, and then you're going to get in and it's going to go the opposite way, you are gambling. You are in a casino. You are not following a correct strategy. Why? Because those indicators, those things are in the past, right? They are telling you what happened before. They are not telling you what's going to happen next, okay? So there is no way that you can make a scalp, make a trade of any kind, a long-term trade, a short-term trade, a long or a short, whatever the fuck it is you're doing, using those indicators, using candlesticks, using fair value gaps and all this stuff like, the market owes a close on a fair value gap. Like, don't give me that shit. It's not alive. It doesn't decide that that's what it wants to do. Like these things are not living things, okay? Bitcoin doesn't wake up one morning and go, I need to fill that fair value gap. It's not what's happening, all right? Okay. Now, this is what almost every single YouTuber and Twitter fool is telling you. They're telling you this crap, that this will happen, and then they have these disclaimers in their videos and then say, oh, well, actually, I don't know where the market's going to go by the end of their video. So they're selling you snake oil, and sitting there telling you that moonshots are on the way and bull runs are on the way and we're in a fucking alt season when we're not. And, all these things are supposed to happen in cycles. Oh, there's a 4-year cycle for all this stuff. It's all made up nonsense, right? And you know this as well as I do because you're not making any money, right? You're failing, you're losing, you're making a trade and your fucking wallet is going down. And you think you've done everything right. And, you spend the time, you sit in front of the computer, you sit in front of your phone and you think that this is going to be the one. This is the one that's going to work. You're going to make this trade, and Bitcoin's about to smash it through the roof, and it's about to experience a new all-time high, and then it just fucking turns around and it just dives because Trump or Elon or some moron got on Twitter and said something stupid and fucked the entire U.S. economy, right? So with that information in mind, I sat back and pulled myself back from it all, and I realized that this was all a load of crap, and I just wiped my brain clean of this stuff. I stopped following anyone on YouTube and on Twitter, no more gurus. I cleared my charts of all the indicators, gave up on TradingView, threw it away, canceled my subscriptions, deleted all the noise, right? And I pulled myself back and rebuilt everything from scratch based on one realization, that the market isn't controlled by these things, these algorithms, right? It's controlled by us. It's controlled by people. It's controlled by you and me and the big money guys, the billionaires, the trillionaires sitting in Wall Street, sitting in the UAE, sitting in London, sitting in China, sitting in Hong Kong, making big fucking trades. They're the ones that are buying and selling the assets just like us, and that's who's controlling it. It's the humans. So if you know what a human's going to do, then you know what the market's going to do. And if people control the market, then we can understand each other. We can understand people, right? So if you're a trader and they're a trader, just study the trades. Know what's going on in the market, okay? So step one to understanding this is you have to fill your brain with economic intel, not just crypto. The whole system, everything. The dollar index, forex, and Wall Street, and gold, and oil, and silver, and China, and Russia, and U.S. foreign policy, and wars in the Middle East, and in Africa, and if you understand what's going on in the world, then you can understand where the market is going to go. Okay. And then you're no longer scalping blind. You have knowledge, you have information. Now, you can't just go and read a newspaper or a Twitter post and assume that you know everything tomorrow. This takes time. You gotta spend months on this shit. A good 6 months, a solid year. Get yourself invested in the information about what's going on in the world. And I'm not saying give up your day job, but if you want to play this game, that's what you got to do. Every spare second that you have, don't waste it watching Netflix, watching pointless comedy videos on your Instagram. Get on to the real world economics, study everything, bombard yourself with information, all right? Now, to actually make the trade is step two, right? Now, this is the secret weapon, this thing right here, what I'm showing you. There's a reason why we're in front of this screen. This is the liquidation heat map. And this you don't find on any of the exchanges. So wherever you're making your trades, you're not going to find this map. You're not going to find it there. And there's a very good reason for that. Because this map tells you where the money is. This map tells you what retailers, what investors, what whales are going to do with their money. It's the only thing out there that can actually give you a really solid indication of where things are going, okay? You might have seen it before, but if you don't have an understanding of it, I'm going to give you a very quick explanation. And this is the one screen that changed my life. It changed my career. It's made me into the person that I am today and why I'm able to make this video. And it shows you exactly what other traders are going to do and how they're going to get wrecked, okay? And it shows you where the liquidity is, where the money is, all right? Whether it's up, whether it's down, it tells you where it is. Now you got hot zones, right, and cold zones, okay? And the hot zones are where the big money is. That's where the whales are hunting. And the market makers, the exchanges, right, the big investors, the billionaires, the millionaires, the trillionaires, the people with the serious money, that's where they are looking. They're looking here, okay? They're looking in these zones. They're not thinking things are going to the moon. That's where they're looking. Why? Because that's where your stop loss is. That's where your liquidation point is. That's where you get fucked. They're going there because they're going to take your money, okay? And so the secret is not to trade against them. You got to trade with them. That's why you need this. So fuck off your trading view and get on here, all right? And then you're going to be scalping in the correct direction, okay? You're going to scalp where the liquidity is. Now, if you want me to teach you exactly how I do this, the real raw strategy that I actually use, I built a no-nonsense course for just $5, right? It's one video, one indicator, no Discord group BS, no candle theories, just one strategy that actually works. And it's the cost of a cheeseburger. You know, it's not some $1,000 8-week Fibonacci course or a Discord, a Telegram group full of fake flexes. It's just a strategy that took me from drowning to breathing. And if you want to learn my secrets on how to do a scalp or a day trade with this strategy, then scan that QR code, right? And sign up to get the video. It's just $5. I mean, you know, like I'm basically giving it away for free, and this 5 USDT is, it's like a tip, you know, for me being nice and telling you my story. So this course is lightning fast. I don't waste your time, and you know, you're not buying indicators or snake oil or fairy dust from me, right? And you know, don't jump around all over the internet buying, you know, hundreds of dollars of other courses that, you know, sell you crappy indicators on the RSI and the Elliott wave and all that. Oh my God, that, you know, that nonsense. Like just forget about it. Get out of all that stuff. These lagging indicators are gonna wreck you. They're gonna destroy you. And you know, I'm really trying to be open and completely honest here and transparent. You know, it's just hot air, and all those things are just there to fuck with your brain. It's there to like psych you out, punch you in the face, right? I mean, you may as well turn around and punch yourself in the face if you're going to use those things and make trades, right? So stop doing it. People selling that rubbish to you are used car salesmen, right? And they have no proof of what they are doing. They don't show you their moon bags, right? They don't show you what's going on. There's maybe one or two guys out there who actually do that, but the 99.9% don't, okay? And you know, those guys, take a look at it. Those guys aren't driving Bentleys and Astons and Ferraris and Lambos. They're in their, you know, shitty rented flat. You know, they're not showing you the life that they have. You know, and if they were actually making any money, they'd show you that stuff. And I'm here to teach you one thing and one thing only, and it's how to study the future of the market by knowing what other investors are doing. By knowing what other investors are doing, then you can make an investment, all right? And that's it. Now listen, I started doing this strategy with my last $400, right? And I looked at my wallet and I said, all right, look, I'm gonna follow this. I'm completely screwed right now. This is my last hope, is to follow the liquidation heat map. I looked at it for a little while, a couple of minutes, maybe half an hour or so, and had a look at it and decided, look, like, I'm going to follow the heat where the liquidation is, and that's where I'm going to make my trade. And I put in $50, and honestly, within a couple of minutes, I pulled out $90, right? A $90 profit. So I had $140. And I realized that this was the way to do it, was not following my emotions and my gut and all that kind of stuff. Don't say shit like trust your gut. Don't say, oh, trade with your emotions or revenge trade or anything like this. Just follow this. That's all you got to do, all right? I did it again and it worked. And I did it again and it worked. And I did it again and it worked, all right? And then eventually I wasn't no longer making $50 trades. I was making $500 trades, and I'm pulling out $1,500 per trade within a couple of minutes. Do that 3 or 4 times a day. You do the math, see what kind of things you're doing. I got to the point where I just basically sold all my assets, like real world assets, my car, all the stuff in my house that I no longer needed, and turned that into liquid, poured it all into the crypto bag, increased the investments, and you know, suddenly before I knew it, I'm on 10K days, you know, and it's real. It's like, you know, it's scary, but it's real. And this is how you do it, right? Now, today, I'm debt free. I spend my days looking at this occasionally, make a trade occasionally, walk my dog, drink my coffee, smoke my cigars, and I live on my own terms. And this strategy saved my ass, and it can do the same for you. So if you're relating to what I'm telling you, right? If you're drowning in debt, just watch the course. Learn what the others aren't teaching you. This is the only place you'll find it. And it's just $5, all right? Okay, if you don't have $5 for a crypto strategy course, then don't trade crypto, all right? Now, this isn't magic that I'm telling you. well, I'm not even selling you. I'm saying like this $5 is just a tip, right? Just give me a tip of $5 just for telling you this information. And it's logical. It's not some like fantasy. This is where you have to look at it. It's logic. Don't use like hopes and desires and emotions on this stuff. It's not a religion. It's not some like sport team that you're like devoted to. Like you just have to be logical about which way things are going to move to understand how to make your trades, right? And if you do it right, it could change everything. Now, this is the crypto strategy that I use. I live and die by this. It pulled me out of the fire, and now it's your turn.